Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Rogan and Runescape. I'd like to go through a few things. I got some progress on my account, and hopefully our buddy Lucas is going to be joining us here shortly. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
All right, what up?
What's up, player?
All right, welcome everybody to another thrilling episode of Rogan and RuneScape. It is yours truly, Luke Mack, and I am here joined with the one and the only Fire Riot 666. How was everyone's holidays? I know mine was pretty good. How about you? How about you, boss?
Oh man, I really couldn't ask for more. I was able to get this new computer, like I've been talking about for month or two, which just makes everything a lot simpler when it comes to the podcast and just us being able to record and game at the same time.
Yeah, I guess simpler is one word. We can definitely just not break the fourth wall and hide the fact that it definitely took us 2 hours to get it set up, but we'll just act like that didn't happen. But yeah, it's definitely super simpler. No, but for real, the quality should be much better for you guys, so I'm excited to get the ball rolling on the next step here for us. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I got a PM from a fan when I was playing a couple days ago, and you said you had something that was similar?
Yeah, for sure. So I've had a couple PMs. One from shoutouts. I guess I'll shout them out real quick. None in particular in any order. But Mafioso and Pest Control. I'm sure there's a few I'm forgetting, but people have just been messaging me in PM in game and saying, how much they like the podcast and they like listening to it at work. And I appreciate you guys. Every listen, as corny as it sounds, goes a long way. So thanks you guys for joining, and we really appreciate it.
For real, man. I mean, that shit brightened my day. I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing something and I just happened to be logged in for, a couple minutes, and then I had someone message me, and Pest Control, shout out to him. It really made me feel good that there's people that can also get enjoyment from this amateur gig that we got going on here. So yeah, guys, if please feel free to add me or Luke on RuneScape. My username is FireRiot666, FireRiot 666. And Luke?
Yeah, mine is Luke space Mac, Luke space MAC. Yeah, man, it's awesome to hear from anyone who follows and listens to the podcast. Definitely feel free. I grind a lot. I'm almost always on my mobile, so definitely shoot me a PM. Hopefully, I think it would be pretty cool if somewhere down the line we kind of round up a bunch of these guys and try and get a kind of group podcast recorded. I don't know how that would look like realistically and how we'd keep from interrupting each other, but I think trying to plan something like that down the line, if you guys would be interested in, you could definitely reach out to one of us and let us know if that sounds like something you guys would think would be fun. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, the not interrupting part, that's something that I'm gradually working with. Once you have more than 2 guests on, it's you got to kind of work with the timing a little bit.
Yeah.
But so yeah, shout out to Pest Control, and there's another guy too. I don't know if I don't know what his username is, but he sent me an email. So yeah, you guys can email me too at Rogan and RuneScape at gmail.com. But fuck it, man. So oh yeah, and also I forgot to tell you this, Luke. So I created a second account called Drain Gang, and we're X Drain Gang X, and I'm at the point in Tutorial Island where I can either make it an Iron Man or not. So
oh god. I don't know, man. If you want my advice, I would say in particular for you, I'd probably go with not, because you could use a good regular alt that you could use to mule for your main account. I think that could help you a lot.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea, just because I love the name Drain Gang. Shout out to Blady and Young Lean from Sweden. but that's why I got that. But I remember we were talking last episode about potentially doing a group hardcore Iron Man, you, me, and Two Rings.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be sick. We should definitely try and find one more because I think it'll be 4 people. Eventually, if it hasn't actually released, when it does, I'm pretty sure it'll be 4. I think you can do 3 too, from like the mock-ups I've seen of it, but I think it's idealistically for 4. So I think that'd be pretty dope to get one started. I've never ran an Iron Man account, but I could definitely see it being pretty cool with all the restrictions and everything. I think that'd be awesome.
Hell yeah. So, before we jump into our progress and stuff in RuneScape, I guess one other thing, we had good holidays. New Year's is coming up, so I did buy a jewel a couple of days ago.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I ran out of jewel pods recently, and already was thinking about tricking my ass on an old Jefferson Davis Highway and standing out there.
Yeah, if anyone wants to sell jewel pods for RuneScape Gold, I guess FireEye666 is the account that you should be hitting up.
Yes,
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Trade for trade. I got my Snapchat premium up, so if you guys have any jewel pods.
Yeah, for real. I'm unfortunately a tobacco smoker myself. I've tried jewel and stuff, but nothing just quite does the trick for me. I think I don't know. I'm just not a big vapor, I guess.
The thing that I noticed from it is that all it's really done is make me want to smoke more, like smoke cigarettes more.
True.
But yeah, it's just convenient. The only reason I got it is just for like going on deliveries for the second job. It's like, I don't want the food to smell like cigarettes, so.
Yeah, well, that's nice of you. I remember I used to deliver Thai food for a job for a little while, and in my car, I didn't give a fuck. I was smoking the food in my car. I'd be eating chicken wings out of that shit. I'm just kidding, not really, but but I'd smoke. I don't care, but I'm a horrible person, so that's the difference. But aside from that, I don't know. Yeah, definitely had a good holidays. Got to see the family. Went out with the girlfriend. Got to see her family. It was definitely a good holiday for me. Couldn't really ask for more, other than being around the people you care about. That's what's most important. So, I mean, that you can't really ask for any more. There's people out there who are sleeping under a tree rather than gathering with their family around a tree. So everyone's just got to remember to be grateful for what they have, rather than envious of what they don't.
Exactly, man. Couldn't have said it better. So with that said, man, I guess we'll hop into RuneScape talk. So my first little bit of progress since last episode that we talked about is I finally completed Fairy Tale Part 1, and I made the magic sectors or whatever and battled the Tanglefoot. At first I was kind of using the safe swap, but then I realized that I really didn't need it, so I just battled it straight up, and I think I have like a short video of that. And actually, I think at that time is when Pest Control messaged me when I was doing that. So I think that might even be in the video too.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, those magic skaters, you fucked that Tanglefoot up.
Yeah, I did. And there was it was an interesting episode. One thing that really, or an interesting quest. One thing I really enjoyed was like how the camera moved. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but like when you go into fix it, or was it Fair Enough's grotto or whatever, and you look at around, it's like you look at the shelves and stuff, and the camera moves around, and then like you get like the certificate, and you read the back of it, and it's like this weird rune language thing, and that's pretty cool because I kind of was thinking that would, like, I don't know, I was nerding out, and like I saved a screenshot of that, and I think it would kind of make a cool t-shirt.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I remember when I was a kid, I used to read this book called Artemis Fowl, and what they did was they made like an elven language. Have you ever read it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I remember, I forget if it was the first or the second book, but they made like an elven language, and if you followed the book along, eventually like you'd learn how to like actually like read it, like letter for letter, and you could like translate like quote elven language unquote into like English. It was really cool. I think something like that would be pretty cool in game too.
Yeah, that was a good book. I don't remember much of it. I read like 2000. 6th grade. I remember one part being about like Interpol. It was one of the first Artemis Fowls, but he was being chased by like Interpol or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was the second one, I think. It was a long time ago. I read them too, but it was good. But yeah, I love that. I loved Fairy Tale Part 1 and the beginning of Part 2 that I did to get access to the fairy rings. That like opens up such big transportation into the game. It's such a huge like stepping stone for any account. Like highly recommend for those of you who haven't done it to get Part 1 and Part 2 done, at least to the part where you have to do to get access to the fairy rings. I really liked how like the dialect or the dialogue from the NPCs in Part 1, they like kind of make them sound like Italian gangsters. I thought that was really funny.
The grandfather, the fairy or whatever.
Yeah, the fairy grandfather was supposed to sound like the Godfather, and then they had like a bunch of like this like tall, skinny like fairy that was supposed to be in this like short, fat fairy, and they were supposed to be like enforcer, like thugs. It was pretty funny.
Man, I can't remember if it was. So I did finish 1 and started Part 2, and I can't remember if this was in Fairy Tale Part 1 or if it was in Dragon Slayer, because I also started Dragon Slayer, so I can finally I unlocked the anti-fire shield, but so I can finally use a rune plate body. But in one of them, I can't remember which one, it was funny because like the dialogue was like, "Oh, you happen to already have these items." Like,
yeah, that happens in a lot of them. That's really funny too. When the NPCs are like, "What are you, psychic? Like, how'd you already have that?"
Maybe.
Yeah. yeah. That happens in a bunch of the quests. I think it's pretty funny when they add that stuff in.
I'm pretty sure too that Fairy Tale Part 1 brought my farming from 1 to 17.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I'm pretty sure that's what got mine up originally too, was getting that done. There's a couple other ones that chip away at it, like add a couple levels here and there too. Mine's up to like 45 now. I think it's 45 and I need 55 because one of my goals right now is to get the Mauritania Hards done so I can unlock Bone Crusher, I think it's called, which is like a necklace that you wear, and as you wear it, it like buries the bones of the monsters that you kill, so you don't have to like go and pick it up. It just like automatically does it, which is really cool.
Man, yeah, I read about that. That sounds like really useful.
Yes, super useful. And then after that, I'll have to get the Mauritania Elites, but I'm not even thinking about that yet. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. As far as that, so you said when we were talking earlier, you said that since you had the fairy rings done, you were like it helped you do a clue scroll that you got, right?
Yeah, so I can't remember what the I was trying to look it up earlier what the letters were, but it was the fairy ring that is in the Karamja fishing spot.
Is it CKR? I think it might be CKR, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm kind of like looking at my history right now, seeing if I could find out which one it is. But yeah, it was in like the fishing spot, kind of in Karamja. The fucked up thing is though, is that from what I got from it, I only got like an Addy full helm, a couple death runes, and I think maybe some like fire runes or something. But it was like nothing really exciting from medium clue scroll.
I hate that. And then like I honestly never do clue scrolls. Like everyone's all about them, and like I get it. You can get like third age armor, and like you can make bills off it if you get super lucky. But historically, my luck in RNG is just terrible, so I never bother. I know people like doing medium clue scrolls because you can get ranger boots, which are like worth like 50 mil or something like that, which is like awesome, and they're really good for like the range bonus and everything. But if you like say you have an easy clue or a medium clue or a hard clue or whatever already in your bank, then monsters don't drop anymore for you until you do the ones you have. So I just have them in my bank and I just don't get them as drops, which is pretty dumb on my part. I should do them, but I just never do.
Wait, you don't get them from drops?
No, if you already have them like in your bank and you haven't done it, then you won't get another one dropped of that tier. Like, say you have an easy clue in your bank, you'll get a medium clue and you'll get a hard clue, but you won't get another easy clue. If you have a hard clue, you could get a medium clue and an easy clue, but you won't get another hard clue.
Wow, I'm glad you told me that because I didn't know that.
Yeah, yep.
So it was 1 degrees, 18 minutes south, 14 degrees, 15 minutes east was the medium clue scroll